Were they looking for love at the time they found each other? What challenges have they faced? Just pretty much like a couples Q&A, you know. But for singles, we're just gonna ask like, you know, like, why do you think you're single? What has your dating experience been like on the apps? What's been your best date? What's been your worst date? And like, how do you think apps can improve? So, I'm cooking. You're working out. I was just like, we should go live.
Yeah, I'm doing
we
that.
See the legs up.
Yeah,
I just got
my shit on fire today.
I'm good on
fire today, boy.
I'm cooking right now. Trying not to burn up some stuff. We're making some ground turkey bowl, like a turkey sausage bowl. Got some spinach and eggs and all that good stuff happening there.
What you're not about to do is yell at me while I'm working out. So
I can yell at you if I want to.
You gonna keep that shit in check. Don't be showing off for everybody. You know what? Everybody know you can't fight. It's okay.
I said, do you want to fight?
You sometime today and so I'll sum that up, all right? Do that move again. Do that move again. I like that. You look like Diddy. You look like Diddy and shit hitting the Lord.
You know, we're just trying to spread the love and show people that you can meet people online. You can meet people, you know, in your neighborhood too, or your neighboring city. But I don't want people to write off online dating because of all the negative things that they see and maybe have experienced. So,
and you can have a healthy relationship with somebody you met online.
Agreed.
Might take a little bit more time. Might take some extra work, especially if there's some distance. You might have to go about planning each other's schedules to make time for one another during the week, but it is possible to maintain a connection. And one thing I would like to hear from the ladies' perspective is like the men's dating profiles. What doesn't work for you? What do you keep seeing amongst every single man's profile? Because I think a common one I see is that a lot of men just like to add a lot of emojis, like a basketball or like a computer, and then the woman has to decipher their interests through that, and that just overall makes you lose interest before you even start talking to the person. So I am curious to see from a woman's perspective what works for them, what caught their attention online.
I agree. Yeah, if it's too many emojis, I just think I'm talking to like a teenager. I can only speak from my perspective while y'all think y'all answer. If you got a whole bunch of emojis, I'm like, you don't know how to use words, you know? Like, that's what I'm thinking off the top of my head. Yeah. Like, obviously, you can't communicate your interests. Like, in the bio, I think you only have 100 characters, so you really shouldn't be expounding upon yourself anyway. You should really be like, you know, I think your profile was like, I'm saving the details for myself for our first date, and you said a couple of things about yourself, like you're a foodie, you like to be outdoors. You know what I mean? Like, it was enough to kind of pull me in. I was like, oh, foodie. Okay, I like food too, so me and him can eat. Okay.
Yeah, I think one thing that was big before I even met Lanice, I moved to Charlotte. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I moved to Charlotte, I didn't know anybody when I got here.
Jamila said conversations be dry as fuck on these apps.
They do. They be pathetic, man. It's like, you match.
But it's like, I get that, but it's like, I don't know. Would you guys prefer for a guy to just ask you for your number, like after the first 2 messages back and forth? Like,
yeah.
Because girls be like, I don't give up my number like that. But it's like, well, what are we supposed to talk about? We don't know each other. So it's just like a hard, like, how would you prefer it to go? Like,
I don't know. For me, we only have about a day to keep messaging through an app if I feel like there's a connection there. And that's it. Like, if we've been consistently talking for about 8 hours, maybe, let's lead to a phone. Not that. I just feel like I'm 31. For me, I don't have time to waste. Like, the dating pool is small as it is. Like, either this is what I wanted. Either this is what's going to work for me or it's not. And it's like, it's no loss if it isn't. But I'm not just going to keep messaging you.
Yeah.
And that's why I FaceTimed you.
Jim said she prefers to see if there's potential on the app first. And I get that. But, okay, like, realistically, like,
but that could be.
You say, hey, what you doing? I'm doing this. What you doing? Like, what do you want someone to be like? I don't know, off the rip, like, what's your favorite color? Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, the app and texting is the same. That's why I prefer a phone call or FaceTime. That's why I think I FaceTime uh the niece. What was it? Maybe 2 days.
Yeah,
That's it.
because
But I want to
had
see.
a date. You had a date the next day, so you ghosted me.
Oh boy, you like bringing that up.
I mean, you did. Look, we text
Yeah,
the first. So like the first, yeah, the first thing I like gave him a compliment, and I really do recommend ladies, like, I get it, y'all trying to be feminine or whatever, or say like, I'm not finna reach out to a man for that's cool. You do you.
yeah,
But like, just from not even Kelvin's perspective, but from a lot of my guy friends like that are dating or single, they're like, I don't know if it's okay to approach her. So I mean, I don't know. Why not? Why
yeah,
not just pick something you like? Like, say he got on like a nice little fit. Like, hey, I like your style. Or you see him hiking. Like, ooh, where is this park at? Like, just
yeah.
have an icebreaker other than just say hey. Because from Kelvin's perspective, like, all girls do is message hey. So while you're saying it's dry, a lot of
Yeah.
women we be dry too, and like the
Dry as
conversation is
hell.
trash.
I wish I started screenshots from all the hey messages. It was just a hey and the wave, and I stopped counting after like but so many. It's like no one's like we're not. It's not a conversation. And then I would either say hey back, and then they would have a one word response. It's like, so what are we doing here? We're not
Yeah.
communicating. Um,
Anticipate the conversation, right? If
yeah,
I say
and
hey back, there's only
and then
so many things he could say back. You know what I mean? Or he or she could say back. So like anticipate, always be 2 steps ahead on the conversation. You know what I mean? Like,
what's going on? And I think the big thing you like to bring up that I had a date that weekend, which I did, but also, old enough to know like just because someone's messaging you through an app doesn't mean that they want to link up with you. Doesn't mean that they like you. So I mean, you gotta keep your options open, and the same goes for you. I was surprised that you wasn't already seeing somebody as attractive you are. I think I asked you, "Where's your husband?" After,
you asked me that on the second day. You were like,
yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
where's
like
your husband? I'm like,
she's lovely, yo. She dances, she sings, she's hilarious, family oriented. Like, what's going on here? So, yeah, you got to keep your options open. That's it. And then once I realized we had a connection, what was it, the 17th, I think, of April? We haven't stopped talking since.
yeah.
Every day.
But very quickly, I mean, the conversation was going pretty good. We
Yeah,
found a commonality. Like, I
yeah,
think too, it just kind of goes back to like, what kind of pictures are you posting? If you're posting ass on the counter pictures like this, I
yeah,
don't know. I don't. If I'm a man, I don't know anything about you. You know what I mean? Like,
uh,
what are your interests? Like, you don't necessarily have to use the bio to describe all that,
yeah,
but you can use your pictures. Like, if you like gardening, like, get somebody taking some pictures of you in the garden. If you like hiking,
yeah,
get someone to take a picture of you behind a waterfall. Like, if every
yeah, for
picture
real.
I see, is of you in the club or turning up, smoking, drinking, it's just like, that's
Yeah,
not what vibe I'm on.
you
Like, I
gonna
don't
you
know you.
gonna lose me. You're gonna lose me so quick. I'm not gonna. I don't drink. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke. It's not an atmosphere I want to be a part of. So like, it's good to include hobbies. But if you meet somebody who likes hookah lounges and going to the club lot, that's for you. That's your thing. But I think it's important to list those hobbies so you can go ahead and weed out the dating pool who's not really on your level.
I
Like
feel that.
if that's what you wanted to engage in on your weekends, that's how you spend your free time. That's cool. That's just not what I want to do. And that would have been it. That's when we would have probably split paths. But you had a photo of you skating with the graffiti in the background. And then that led to us saying, "Let me show me some moves," and here we are. I got the skates in the I got the skates in the backseat right now.
Jam said, no, that's a good insight. I appreciate that. But Jam said, what y'all think about people that be on dating apps saying they're looking for friends? I can answer
Mm,
this really quick.
I can't. I'll let you go
I
first.
said that I was looking for friends. That's what I said on the dating app, and that was partly because I was very guarded at the time. I'm not even gonna lie. In hindsight, I was guarded, but in actuality, I was looking for friends. I felt like all my close male friends lived so far away, and I didn't have that. What's up, Brandon? I didn't have a lot of male friends, and
What's up, Brandon?
so I don't know. Like, why not take it slow? I showed my hobbies, I showed my interests in hopes that someone saw those, and maybe a guy was like, "Hey, I like hiking. Hey, I like skating." and maybe we could foster a connection from there. So
Right.
that, me personally, and that's the last thing I'll say, I put on my dating profiles looking for friends to explore hobbies with. So
Yeah, I was in the new city. I just wanted to meet people, good people. That was it. I was looking for friends on social media. I was open to friendships through the dating apps. I, expressed that going forward. I'm not trying to talk to you just to, plan on hooking up. If you want to be friends, that's cool. And I ended up did linking up with somebody, and they just showed me around. Um, there's nothing wrong with just saying you want a friend. Some people actually just want friends.
mm,
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I can't speak for everyone else. But I was looking for friends on the apps. I was doing the same thing at church. Just like, yeah, I just want people. I just want to be around genuine people. I'm new here, and I want to establish a community. That's all I wanted.
yeah, and whatever happens from there, and someone
Yeah,
that you connected with on the app, that could very much so not be the person that you end up connecting with. It could be a mutual friend from there. But like you said, I'm new
yeah,
to this city. Shit, like
uh,
show me around. Maybe I end up dating one of your friends. Like some people
yeah.
use dating apps to meet friends because what other app is there to meet friends? Bumble, and it's a whole bunch of weird, from my experience, a whole bunch of weird ass people on there. So I don't know. Mila said, but isn't it weird to swipe male friends based on vanity, or were you swiping on friends based on what they said their interests were?
For me, it was the interest in the bio. That was it. It was like, okay, say like you like going to church. You're big on art and museums. I love museums.
Mm,
Foodie. That's a big one. Like, okay, what you like to eat? I've never been here. You want to link up for food. And of course, if it was a woman, I always prefer the public setting to make sure they felt comfortable because they're meeting me. They don't know who I am. And we did things like that. That's how I found two really good taco spots in the South End. Uh, so it was what was listed in their bio, and I was just genuinely looking for friends.
mm. And even if you think about it, you know how they say if you're dating and you want to find someone that's like-minded,
Hmm.
go and immerse yourself in those places, right? So if I
Yeah,
like hiking and I go hiking, I don't know what the people are gonna look like there. You just kind of connect, like, oh, what's up? You just see another black person, and you're like, hey, what's good? You don't
yeah,
know what they look like prior. I think, like to answer your question, I don't know. I mean, I think you can go based off both. I mean, hey, you're good looking and you have my interest. It's
yeah,
nice eye candy. Why not? You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, there's no right or wrong, but
no,
but
and
you
it's
doing the right
okay
thing
to
because
one or the other.
yeah,
You
but you want
know?
to be their friend first anyway. If you are looking for a romantic connection, if you
Yes.
seem cool, it's a plus if you're attracted to them. If not, then what's the harm in just going out getting some drinks, maybe do some karaoke, something to laugh about, and just move
Yeah.
on from there. You made a connection.
And I think too. I think even with the friends thing, friends kind of give that, you know, basis to kind of be patient, take time. Like a lot of times we just try to rush into things. Like I just want to be booed up. You know what I mean? I know it's getting cold. Just hold up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
so silly.
it's okay. Like let it organically happen. You know what I mean? Think
Yeah,
about movies. If that happened in the first 10 minutes, that some boy meets girl, and then that's, I mean, what are we watching? We're not
yeah.
building up to any anticipation. Like we're not seeing a connection foster. We're not seeing tension just build up. Like I don't know.
I
And
would
yeah, I
also
met Kelvin after
miss.
2 weeks, but I think there was a lot of tension there. I think there was a lot of like we
Yeah,
talked every damn day for like
uh,
5 hours a day,
we
6 hours.
talked enough in those first 2 or 3 days to know that we wanted to meet each other.
Exactly. And I love for somebody to tell me no. Please tell me no. Like let me know
Yeah,
I can stop wasting my time right here and there. No's are great. Rejection is amazing because that just lets you know that on the other side, like there's someone better for you.
perspective. Like the things you see on the news, you see it too. It's like women are y'all are afraid to reject certain men. Some men are crazy. They will come after you for saying no. Like the fact that a woman even is willing to link up with you and just to go out to eat, if it don't and turn into something, that's okay. Ain't no reason to, to ostracize her or tell her she was this and that. Like, and you the one that got at her in the first place. That's clown shit. It's
Yeah.
clown shit. Like for real. And I think more men, especially. I don't have any dudes in my circle like that. I never have, but I think men need to start checking other men when they do that clown shit. Like you hawked her down, you messaged her, you met up with her, and then now she's this, and that because she doesn't like you. Like,
Or she didn't let you
huh?
hit. Like, it's
She ain't let
totally
you hit.
okay.
What's up, bro? She ain't let you hit. Whatever. Like, okay. like it's not that deep, bro. Let it go. Like, let's be real. You walk around with the Arthur clenched fist because she didn't.
Yes,
Because
I
she didn't let you.
did.
Cause she ain't let you. She ain't let you beat. Like, come on. It's you got other shit to worry about. Go talk to somebody. It's not necessary. But that's all I have to say is about that. I mean, I've been rejected a lot. I've been accepted a lot. I mean, it's what it is. What did you tell me the other day? Denial doesn't mean
Delay doesn't mean denied.
delay doesn't
Look
mean
at you
denied.
listening. Look at you, Joe,
I got a sticky note in front of my
you
computer.
did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you're not gonna find your person. That's not the person for you. Don't get tight about it, fellas especially. Like she say, "Oh, I'm not interested." Cool, bro. You do more damage if a person shows you they're not interested, and then you keep pursuing them, because
Mm-hmm.
now you're wasting your time. Or someone,
Or they really didn't even get enough. Because sometimes I think what I'm trying to practice is learning how to say no. But what I'm
yeah,
trying to learn how to practice is saying, like, it's a no for me right now.
yeah.
Because I think
I
it's
think,
more sexy to me if a guy kind of lets me, what's up, Sauce on the Track? It's sexy if a guy lets me say, hey, I don't know right now. And then when you just back off as a man and just be like, all right, as a woman, like when I sit and think about it, I'm like, damn, like, okay, now I feel comfortable enough to make a decision because maybe at the time I was
yeah,
pressured. Like I didn't know. You asking
yeah.
like, what's up? And I'm like, I don't know right now. But when I do know, you gonna know.
It's just it ain't that deep to get all belligerent. That's just it's crazy out here for y'all. Like, and that's what I was saying in our first video. When a woman steps out with you, like you don't even know my real intentions. So it's like I have to keep in mind I might not be I might be genuine, but I might not be coming off as genuine as I think.
Yeah.
Well, she might have heard this before, like someone who's just kind to her, and then he turned around and did this, and this. So like I don't get offended when someone's not interested. It's just like, okay, keep moving. I'm attractive. I'll meet somebody else.
But I feel like when women do try to call the shots and kind of set the tone, like for instance when we met, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know your intentions, and partly I was nervous, right? That's why I
yeah.
didn't let you pick me up from my Airbnb. I was nervous, and I was like, "Nah, go sit at the restaurant, go sit down." I do like how you didn't let your
Yo.
ego get in the way. I like how you didn't let your ego get in the way and be like, well, then let's just not go on the date then. Like, when you
Nah,
stop
bro.
tripping, you let me set the tone, even though I'm a woman.
Yeah,
I feel like we get so caught up in these gender roles. Like, ain't no
yeah,
girl for to tell me what the, like, damn, like, if it's going to make her feel more comfortable, like, just let her have it.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. It's like you already came 90. I had to come 10. Like you was already in Charlotte. What's there to be upset about? You won't let me pick you up. Whatever. Like you already made the biggest leap. You're here. You FaceTime me. You were here. So okay, I know I'm gonna see you. It's your first time meeting me. There's no reason for me to be upset. I can't pick you up. I obviously did enough to even get you to come
for
to
me to
Charlotte.
drive all the way to Charlotte to come meet
So
you.
it's like, all right. So I was like, yo, pipe down. Like it wasn't even an ego thing. Like she's here. I get to take her to dinner, and if dinner goes well, we'll segue from there.
Yeah.
But that was it, and here we are now. And then the first date, didn't I pass out after those pictures we took?
You did. Like, literally, I think it was just, we'll go for 10 minutes, guys. We'll get off at 1 o'clock Eastern. We got 10 more minutes left.
Yeah,
We'll just
yeah,
wrap it up. I got to take a shower. He got to take a shower.
yeah,
But yeah, like, first date, I mean, we took our little pictures. You sat on the couch in the Airbnb. And like, that's the thing, too. Like, some people might say that's not ladylike or whatever, letting you come to my Airbnb after our first date. But it's just, we have been talking for 2 weeks nonstop every day on the phone. I didn't feel like it's threatened or like like pressured environment. So yeah. And then what? You were a gentle giant. You went to sleep.
You knew what you were walking into early on.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, he turned clock strike 10 p.m. This man is turned into a pumpkin.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I got to get my 8 hours, or I'm not pleasant to be around. So it's
Okay.
just, yeah.
It's
It's a
okay.
trade-off. What you looking at?
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody
yeah. Funny as hell. Like, and the worst thing she can say is, I'll keep my options open, or I'm just looking for a friend. You know, I'm like, okay, cool. And then you just would have had a friend in Charlotte. Somebody you want to link up with and become skating. Cool. I got to connect in ATL. I come out there, we could do something. I'm trying to go to what's the skating rink out there? Really,
a lot of
yeah,
Cascade.
yeah. I want to go to Always want to go to Cascades. You know, since ATL the movie, so I got to connect in Atlanta. We can go skating. It was no pressure.
Yeah.
It was no pressure. So, but I mean, but you are pressure. But it wasn't no pressure. Yeah,
Stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
With this pumpkin. But
When you get that?
I don't know, I think I went to Target and bought it.
Let me see. Let me see that.
This is something we'll never be able to do because you sleep. It says let's snuggle and watch
Snuggle
scary
and
movies.
watch. We're gonna stop at the snuggle part. That's where I'm at.
Cause you know, and it's because literally the opening credits.
Y'all, she cut on that movie from scratch twice now, and I've yet to make it past 15 minutes.
You
I
literally
don't know.
why? Why? What
I don't
is
know.
it? Like
I don't know. It's
you
just
will sit up until midnight and code. You'll be coding on your computer. But if
that's
it's 10
exciting.
p.m. and we
That's
want to watch a
exciting.
movie, sleep.
It's exciting. It's a lot of fun. Coding.
Not watching a movie with the love of your life.
It is. Okay. Don't take offense to that. It is exciting. But you always want to do it late in the evening after I've had a glass of wine and I ate. I took a hot shower. Okay. You over there doing stem cell research? Stem cell research.
Stop. Oh, I miss
When we were walking down the steps together. We were both like stem cell research. Yeah.
I miss you, man. I'm not gonna see you this weekend.
I know.
Look, there's a 6 p.m. bus. I might have to. There's a 6 p.m. bus. Ian, what's good? We got 5 more minutes in this little Q&A. Oh, hold on. Ian trying to join the juice.
Yo. What's good?
Good.
Hey, they want to know what kind of questions.
What kind of questions? I mean, really anything, you know. You guys, Kelvin and I, we've known each other 7 months. We've been dating 7 months. Ian's been in a long distance relationship for a good bit of time. When him and Kelsey were in school, so
I would definitely like to know from. Sorry, I mean to talk over you. But I would definitely like to know from other couples. What do you do to maintain your relationship while it's long distance? Because it varies between each couple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you make time for one another? You know, what is your 9 to 5 work week like, and how do you squeeze in that little bit of time for that person and still make sure that you're connected to them?
Because it's difficult. It's really difficult. And just Kelvin was showing this little edible arrangements card I gave him. I met him. I was meeting him at the end of April, and then I sent him an edible arrangements to his job. Even though we're not physically there, doing stuff like that, you know, something tangible they could feel, and it's from you. That goes a long way, y'all. Like I think
that was huge.
Dating, it just challenges you to be romantic. I don't know, be creative.
Be intentional. That's another one. Gotta be intentional with the energy, with the communication, and the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, you're taking away the physical part of it, so you know, you don't have that to distract you. So then you gotta really sit back and ask yourself, how can I make this person feel special, and I'm not in front of them.
Facts.
Yeah, it's a big.
Shoot, I'm about to be on here schooling folks. It sounds like you already kind of got the answers already.
I mean, but look, you know what? We don't, but we're willing to learn from other people too. Maybe they got the scoop, but we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
maybe they can show us something that we aren't doing. That's like, oh, we can start incorporating that in during the week. You know, I'm open for anything. We don't have all the answers. We're just speaking about what's worked for us, and it's actually been more, I would say, on my side, effortless than trying to make this work.
Like, damn, like,
Yeah.
honestly, this is work financially for both of us. We take a bus to go see each other. Me and Kelly are 4 hours apart. It's a bye week right now. Obviously, we're not together.
Yeah, that's it. Sitting at home, cleaning, taking care of home, and just relaxing. That's it. Makes you miss the person a little more, and then you can think about what you're going to do next time you see them.
Y'all got a good little situation because y'all not that far from each other. So a little 2-hour drive ain't too bad. If you got the
4-hour drive.
Oh, 4 hours. That's still not bad.
It's not, but it's funny how some people aren't even willing to do 4 hours.
Look, from experience, man, I can tell you.
Shoot, I did 12.
You drove 12 hours for Kelsey?
I did a 12-hour drive for Kelsey.
Yeah, man. See, I'm not surprised, man. See, when you know, like, that's the connection that's there, you do what you got to do.
In fact, hey, that was a drive.
How long did you have with her? Like a week?
Shoot, I think I was only there for like 4 days, honestly. It was a week. It was a holiday. It was a holiday that I went because I went from Nashville and drove to DC, and I did another time. I drove from Cincinnati to Philadelphia, and I stayed there for like a month and crashed there. I did my Postmates while I was in Philly. I was making my money while I was in Philly on Postmates.
Hey,
you know the grind.
You and me both. I was door dashing.
Yeah.
Back Daddy said that man dedicated. We love to see it.
That's right. That's Aaron. Find me off in Auburn.
What's up, Pratt? Okay. SAI in the building. All right. It's my SG Road Founders Day though. We got some SG Road today. I don't know. How did you do that and not like worry about being called a simp? I mean, do you think you were just more mature at that point and your ego like men would have called you a simp, bro? You driving 12 hours for a girl? Like, nah, bro. It's girls here in Auburn. Like, what you doing, man? You slipping.
To be fair though, we had already been dating for a while, so I wouldn't call that simp energy. And even still, if I was trying to be intentional with somebody, and I could, you kind of know how things are gonna go with somebody, so you can kind of gauge if it's worth your time. If it's worth your time and you happy, I don't care if that's simping. I don't care if you feel like you wouldn't do that. That's you. I'm living my life for me, so if I want to go for it, I'm gonna go for it. So I mean, people definitely were saying. People definitely thought like I would get caught up in the mix, lost in the sauce around other people, especially at Morehouse in Auburn. But I mean, you got to be intentional and communicate. Always be upfront with what's going on, your situations, and building that trust. That's the key. Cause I definitely, I mean, you know, I was out hanging out with you and other friends while I was in Auburn, and I was like, people probably thought that we was doing stuff. I'm like, nah, that's my friend. That's my friend. Like we chilling, we vibing.
Yeah.
So it's all trust. You gotta build that trust with your partner so that they know, like, you know, it's like you committed to them.
Yeah. I never understood simp energy. Like I've heard, I've heard the phrase, of course. Like I'm not oblivious, but like even when I see the context online, I'm like, what does that mean? Like you being kind to your partner or somebody you like? I don't get it. I never understood it. No, I'm serious. Like I never I read it and I laugh and I'm like, I don't. Maybe it just goes over my head because I never.
I think people don't want to take a L in public. People don't want to profess their love and like do all these things for one person. And then, like, honestly, I'm gonna be real. I think our generation, they're so weighted on the "I told you so." They can't wait, you know. And so instead of doing that, instead of professing your love, doing all these things, it's easier not to do it because you protect your ego and you protect your reputation for whatever the hell that means.
Yeah. Okay.
But like you said, when you simping, people essentially are saying that you're putting in more energy into a person than they think the other person should be putting into you. It's all a balance. So if somebody's saying for men, since we supposed to be like, I don't know, like we're not supposed to chase as aggressively, I guess, as some people think you're supposed to chase. So if you start putting in a lot of time and energy towards a person that might not be reciprocating it initially, that's simp energy.
But why not deserving it? Who are we to say
like you
deserves what?
Like, all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are we to say who deserves anything? Oh, she don't deserve that 12-hour job, but that's gas. That's it. Okay, well, how else am I supposed to see her? Like, how do you succeed? Like,
it's goofy, like you said. And you hit the points, Lanice. You said exactly. It's all about not being embarrassed in public. people be experiencing that embarrassment for themselves, and then they try to project that on other people.
But what's embarrassing about it? I think, like, even me and Kelvin doing this thing, we've talked about this, and I think that's why we're so strong in this. Yes, we've been dating for 7 months. We'd be crazy to make a show and a platform like this if we were like, you know, anyone our age, right? Like, people don't even show who they're dating for like a year or 2 years because they're like, y'all ain't about to catch me. But from my experience, I'm gonna show y'all who my man is, and y'all let me know if that's my man.
Right.
You feel me?
There's nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
gonna show y'all who my girl is, and I'm gonna need y'all to let me know if this is my girl. Like,
Yeah. And then speaking on being intentional, that's the stage I'm at in my life. Like, if she want to show people I'm her man, that's fine. If she isn't my woman, then I'm gonna find out eventually. Yeah.
that's the real
Yeah, so,
simp behavior.
yeah, ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. It's like, okay, this isn't the person I'm supposed to be invested in. You didn't lose nothing.
Hey,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're dating, you know, you're dating.
Yeah.
Like, this is who you're dating at this time. If it doesn't work out, okay. Like, why is it so?
Yeah.
Dang, you just dated the other girl last year, right? Like, that's what you do. Like, you go through life and you date. Like, why does it matter? Like, I just feel like sometimes, like, you'll see those, you know, tweets. Oh, I ain't posted him until we married or the wedding's over. Like,
Yeah, that's
why?
crazy to me.
Crazy to me too, man. And I got friends that I'm close with that are going through that same experience right now. Like, to the point where if I wanna see them, it's got to be some discreet, low key thing because they not ready for their man to know they got other friends, or it's goofy. It's all.
Wait, but you know what? Not to sound hypocritical, Lynn, you had to check me on that too. Because when we first started talking, I said something along the lines of like, when we get to a certain amount of months, then I'll post it. And then you were like, for what though?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but like, why wait? Like, this is who you're in love with. Why are you postponing, you know, showing something that you're proud of? And I had to think about it. And I think I've been so stuck in that mindset for so long. I was like, you know what? It really isn't a point of why am I trying to conceal something that I'm proud of?
Facts.
Like, when you conceal who you're dating and you're too shy to show who you're talking to, I feel like you don't even trust your own judgment. That's what you're telling me. I don't trust myself enough to make the right decision. You know if she feeling you or not.
Yeah.
You thought I was feeling you. You know she feeling you or not.
Yeah.
Why are you?
It's just social media. Like, you post a person, it don't work out. It's so quick you to remove them. They out your life. People gonna notice maybe after a time, and they might come and ask you like, "Yo, what happened?" But I mean, that's none of their one. And two, it don't matter what happened because like I'm protecting my peace. So if I'm happy, decision, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
You're the only one putting effort, time, money, whatever. So these people's opinions, like, they don't pay the bills. Like, they don't literally, you know, navigate your life one way or another.
Right. Anybody who's that invested in your business doesn't have a life of their own. They aren't dating. They aren't interacting with other people. They're not trying to find a partner. They're that absorbed with what you got going on. And I don't know.
So Ian, like, waiting so long to live with each other and like finally be together, and now that you and Kelsey are together, I mean, that's goals for me and Kelvin because, you know, damn, we got 5 more months, we got 6 more months, we got, you know what I mean? Like, what does that feel like now that you waited so long to be with this person? Now you get to wake up with them every single day.
It's all. I'm gonna say that one is person to person dependent. I would say for me, I enjoy it. I am very happy to have Kelsey living with me. It is nice not having to travel to see her. It is nice to have somebody I can always hang out with. Like, you don't have to wait for the next plan. On the other hand, too, I'm a very like to myself person. I like my personal space, my personal time. So there are times where I want to just do things on my own time. I want to do things that's just me. But Kelsey wants to do things that's always us. And so like I like to do the things that are us as well. But I like my time to myself. You know.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting to navigate living together. But other than that, I mean, this is great. I ain't got no complaints. You split things, so you don't have to always like you share things. You don't have to take on the whole burden on your own. So it's nice in that regard as well. So
I love that.
Yeah, we can't wait. We count down the months now, aren't we?
I know. I'm just so jealous for all my friends that live together now. I'm like, what is that like? And I mean, was there some things that, you know, were hard to kind of like remember or transition? Like, were there any transitional parts that were hard to like, oh damn, like you right here. I ain't got to do that no more. Or like, you know, I don't know, was it weird like not texting her all the time like you used to, or face like it's like, oh.
I was about to say FaceTime was like, hey, for me, I hate being on FaceTime. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, I made that sacrifice. I was getting on FaceTime and talking every night, setting up the phone for watching movies, all of that.
Right.
Now I don't got to do that. We just pop up on the couch in the bed, put on the movie, put on the show, pop some popcorn, ready to go. Ain't no setup no more.
Right.
Awesome.
But what is it about FaceTime that you don't like?
I feel constricted to my phone. Like even right now, I'm on this live with y'all. I feel like I'm constricted.
Yeah, I get it. I feel that sometimes. It's so silly.
But that's about it. Like when I'm texting, I can put my phone down. I can run off, do what I need to do real quick, come back, get to the conversation. When I'm on FaceTime, I gotta bring the phone with me, set it up, let you see me.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna be looking at the ceiling.
Yeah. And that was my big thing when I have been in long distance relationships. I'm like, put the phone on you. I want to see you. Like, are you ignoring me? And it's like, damn, like, I got life too.
Hey, Kelvin,
Yeah.
she said she know when you pulling into the garage or the job.
Where you long distance, bro, you become so intuitive.
Yeah.
Like, you hear the keys jingle, you like, okay, you just got to work. And you parked on 67th Street, right next to the fire truck. Like,
she knows when my breathing changes. She's like, oh, you just made that turn at your job. I said, what? What do you mean? She's like, yeah, you make that same sigh every time you turn.
all right, baby girl, I got to go into work.
Man, I looked at my review and everything. I was like, what is going on?
That's funny. That's funny.
Got a drone? Right. No, but we're definitely looking forward to that. Like, you know, and, you know, I know this was like a prequel, I guess, but we're really excited to have you and Kelsey on. Like, I got to get with you and get some availability because our next 2 weeks we're booked. We got couples, you know?
Okay.
So,
hey, these guys lit. They about to be lit. Y'all funny, so I'm going to be on here laughing.
Nah,
oh, boy.
look,
hey, man, we can't wait.
When we go live and when we do the flyers, we got Jay Gotti. Y'all make sure you follow sis. She got us great right now. Working on like, you know, promos and stuff like that. So for sure.
Appreciate you, Janice. Appreciate you.
Like, I mean, it's gonna take a village, man. Like, I don't know, we don't have like the money and the budget to do all this stuff, but like we're gonna try, and it's gonna take friends to share it, or just damn, if you know somebody else that met online or is single dating. It's nothing for you to just, hey, check out this page, DM them. You know what I mean? We'd appreciate any little bit, bro. Like a like that helps. So
y'all might be the next DK4L, just hopefully without the mess.
Oh my gosh.
I like to hear from a lot of fellas like the funny dating scenarios you've been through, or the times like you was pursuing somebody, it didn't work out. Like I love to hear them stories. Let me know like I'm not alone in this.
All right.
Other guys are going through it too. You was talking to somebody and it just got crazy and you had to just, you know, move on. Yeah, I love to hear about it.
I can relate. So we'll definitely share some stories, man. I look forward to seeing what y'all got cooking up. Hopefully y'all get my boy Aaron here too at some point.
Oh my God, bro. And that shoe's gonna be
Yeah, he is hilarious.
We will start doing our Q&As next week. So Wednesday, Thursday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Central. If you met someone online, or you know of any couples that met online, or you're just a single trying to navigate the dating scene, we would really appreciate, you know, just your insight. So just shoot us a DM, and yeah, we'll save this live. But thank you, Ian, for joining.
Of course.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, man. Y'all be easy.
All right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Take it easy.